Okay, let's get started. I have two games for us to look at tonight. One is a very simple one with simple reasoning, and that's this one, me playing against the 1Q. I took black. Now and then I come on as a guest, and they don't allow you to get more than 1Q. And I come across good games for students and stuff like that, good example games of how to think. And this one I thought might be good for sure. And then I have another one with from the Go Congress, from the open section, which is full of very complex but higher level stuff that I don't like to do unless I'm playing competitively, which I don't like to do. Okay, let's take a look. We'll be looking mostly from black's point of view. Regular. Let's just do a quick check. Is sound working just for the recording? Okay. Anyone notice? Brighton's right there. Wrong way. Okay. How far from the wall do we play as black? Now, so I'm assuming we all know we're going to play on the left so that white doesn't get the great move. Two steps. Like 1, 2. So A. Someone says C9. Okay, so you didn't mean it. What do you mean 2 steps? Far enough to make a 2-step extension either way. Okay, let's try that one. That would be here. That's far enough away to make a 2-space extension either way. Is that far enough away? No, because now we're really tight. Not only that, but now we have 2 weak groups. It's really uncomfortable. So, one further away. That'll be enough. So white would still be over-concentrated, playing at C12. Okay. To the wall. How does black run out? Next move, where? E13. Everyone says E13? Yes, the proverb tells us to play closer to the weaker, so as we play closer to white's wall, that cut becomes more of a problem for white. White doesn't fix the cut. Is it time to attack? Probably doesn't see it. He's only 2Q after all. I found a lot of Q players just start attacking as soon as it enters their mind. But if we get out and he fixes the cut, that's not a problem. We're safe and we get to move somewhere else. We don't need to rush. So out first. A number of ways to defend. Which one? We have an A, we have B, we have D. No one says C. Okay, let's check them out. This one fixes the cut for the moment and gets us out the thickest, best for running. But this is virtually Sente. That's a good move for white. Someone says B, but kind of a close quarters. So I played this way. It strengthens my shape a lot, and that's a good move for white too. So it's pretty much a double Sente move. That's not entirely true, but it was a good move for both. And now, instead of simply running, I can make shape using the A stones. It's a very nice little shape, and I'm out. So maybe I'm pointing out that it's not complex, just kind of walking forward. When I thought about reviewing this game with you all, I was thinking, from my point of view, what's the trouble giving a 1Q white and winning? There's no trouble at all. What trouble could anyone possibly have? They just play bad. And this is kind of an example of I just did the simplest possible thing and won easily. So that's kind of the perspective I'm hoping to get across here. Did white do right here? Shape sweep. What do we do about that? Okay, we can work around. I think RJ says A, someone says B, H11. Interesting. So A is a way out. Top. Wow. I wouldn't dream of playing the top. A is a way out, but his weakness is also a way out. So I can walk through the weakness, which is getting out, and hurting his weakness, cutting his shape. So I went out, but through his weakness. You see what I'm saying? We don't let white play A, of course. Now, someone might say, we're giving white thickness in the bottom left, but we can still live down there. Black's getting out in a very vibrant manner. Okay, so is this Sente? Right? Not Sente. Let's see. We go away somewhere. I don't want to get surrounded. Do you want to get surrounded? That's pretty basic. Don't get surrounded. Sente. We get out. Is this one Sente for white? Let's see. We play a move. We got surrounded again. How'd that happen? Okay, so we come out again. Is this one Sente for white? This one doesn't surround us in any meaningful way whatsoever. And indeed white will do that, and we'll watch it happen. So, black plays away. Where? R5, unfinished corner. Someone says bottom. It says right. Okay. So when it comes to big moves, We see an unfinished corner, we see a large right side that hasn't been played in yet, we see a lot of things. When it comes to issues, what's the biggest thing talking on the board? What's the most White's area? No. White's wall, yes. White has a very thick wall, very useful. That's the biggest thing talking on this board. An actual issue. So we need to stop the white wall. That's a great question. How attackable is White's group in the upper left? The basic rule we use is in the early opening, that means there's empty corners, unfinished corners, large open sides, early opening, vague attacks are not big enough. And that's all we have on White. I mean, clearly, it's not like we play and White dies, or no, it'd be hard to do any serious damage. But that wall can serious damage. So we're going to negate the wall. Where do we play so that white wall doesn't get out of hand? Definitely attackable, just not F3, C3. Anyone else? Black has the move D2 later. K3, J3, M3. Okay. Vague. In the early opening, vague attacks aren't meaningful, aren't big enough. Okay. Okay, so let's ask a question. Considering the white thickness, the wall, can that wall hurt this stone? Does the wall affect the stone? Yes and no, that's cute. Black's dead. Black cannot get out. So corner's difficult, right? We'd have to go for a ko or something. So in other words, the corner's difficult. How about A? Is White's wall going to pounce on that stone? Of course it will. So these are both disrespectful of the thickness. The others feel better. I'm a little hesitant with D, although that close is okay. But with all these moves, I don't like the flatness that's developing. So check out, I played here. The third line left me feeling flat, and the fourth line supports my move, my hane or cut at A. I much prefer the fourth line. Now this is the first move in this game that might be intuitive or no basic reason to back it up. But I just didn't feel good about the third line. It just made me feel too flat. Okay, onward. Is this sente for white? Closer to the wall is better if it isn't under the wall. I don't think so. That's a tough question to answer. So someone says, yes, sente. Double check. Yeah, totally surrounded. Yeah. Okay, so I come out. Is this sente for white? No. If white turns, we're unconditionally alive. And we'll capture it, but it creates an eye. So we have 2 or 3 eyes at that point. So we could care less if white turns. White has a bunch of cuts anyway. So where do we take our sente? Towards the wall, I agree. We are now prepared to come close. I went this way. Is definitely away from the wall, and I know from experience it's just you can't kill this kind of stone from this position. White takes the sente. White takes the corner. And how does black defend? Four, G4. Okay, let's check it out. Uh-oh, white better defend, right? No. You're going to hurt white? I don't think so. It was very risky. You could really have trouble doing this. Here, why are we purposely playing towards the wall? Towards the wall? Give me a break. That's insane. Look at that big monster with the gun over there. Let's walk over and chat. No. Come on down. Away from the wall, much on third line, much stronger. I played here, saying to myself, it's a nice big area on the bottom. I don't mind playing here. Is this right? Aren't we supposed to go corner first? The corner's too small. Barely survived. It's so small. We survived, but really tiny corner. Yeah. So black punishes by pouncing. Notice this is building a black wall, which fixes the gap on line 4 in my black stones. Oh, and the question is this sente for black? And yes, it is, so let's keep going here. Is this sente for black? Yes. Is this sente for black? Yes. White gets surrounded uncomfortably, and the right becomes very large. White ignored. Okay. White's invading / attacking. So we have to ask, how's the A group? How's our A group? Fine and fine for now. And most notably, compared to white, perfectly fine. It's always a matter of relative strength. And relative to white, we're healthy as a horse. Going back to my comments, is there a cut at B? It's a net, so there's no cut. Okay. And on the bottom, area 1 is only points. And since there's no cut, then it really doesn't affect the health of any group here. So what I did was just, he didn't respond to my sente, so I'm turning, taking his sente away. I mean, taking what I threatened. Something to notice, if we start fighting in this area, I'm just putting a stone down kind of random. As he starts running, we'll see it later, we actually get cut. We're not really all that prepared. We're pretty prepared to fight here. But this is more meaningful because of the Sente value. White goes to cut. How's the B group? Let's check our groups to see if we need to defend. The B group's fine, right? It's out. And the A group? Yes, the A group is weak. But we don't need to fix a cut in Dame. We can go attack the corner, saving our group, our weak group, by attacking. Yes. If White tries to kill the stone, White just collapses. I played this just it's Sente, but it reduces White's moves on the right over there. It reduces, like if I don't play it, things like this become more meaningful. It's just to stop White's profit here. Okay. Is the A group ready to fight? So we're going to be doing some comparison with the white stones. And it sounds like you're saying, yes, A's ready to fight. I agree. So this was the only surrounding move I could see. So I went there. Do we keep fighting or back off and defend? Yes, A. Keep going. We're not the weak one here either. He plays a funny little move. Kind of like he's getting ready to cut. But he's stronger now, so I defended naturally. He cuts. Which group needs more help, the A or the B? Yeah, the A. Connect up. He plays an interesting little move. We don't fall for the trap. Play the strong side, always the strong side. Same thing here, we don't cut. Play the strong side. White gets out. Now the A group needs help. How to defend it? Yes, fourth line to keep the pressure up. I'm picking up the speed a little bit so we have time to get to our second game. Here I attack. He's coming into my area, so I attack. Strong side. Oh. Strong side. This side, we're weak. Now we have many weaknesses. We have to take. We could die here. I mean, there's a lot of weaknesses here. Here, no weaknesses. Once he fills, okay, some weaknesses. If we play here, it's weak. Weak. So we play the underneath, stronger. So I bet that makes sense. Okay. White attempts to play lightly. And in this, we want two moves. Which comes first? B is not Sente. A is Sente. Applied Ataris. How do we defend the cut? Oh, you guys got it. It's a trick question. It's a trick question. We don't care about the cut. Good. You all jumped on that. Good for you. One person even laughed. You don't fix the cut. You run out. Double attack. Exactly. We can defend the cut at A, attack the B group, defend the C group, or attack the D group. Now, I mark all that because things can actually get a bit complex in the middle of the game, and if you don't sort things out, yeah, the D group is the weakest of all of them, and the C group might be the second weakest. So we have only one other thing to really look at here. We have a couple weaknesses, so we need to be cautious. At this point, I don't think he can kill me, but even if he does, I'm not too concerned with the little group because he has so many other weaknesses in the center and everything. Goes to get out. He comes here. Two choices, A and B. A's stronger, B's more severe. Yeah. But there's a problem. I played B. Let's look at why. If I had played at A, this would be a real call. When I play this move, it's a double Atari. So because of my weakness, I played tighter. So if we play the other way, co. At least there's weakness. And the other way just avoids it. And we did this. This is not Sente because there's no cut. So I went away, quite resistant. So hopefully there's some examples here of how to stay calm in a game. Now this was, hopefully we all agree, this was a very easy, straightforward win. I did almost nothing unusual. And the question arises, you know, is there something stopping us from this way? And I think we tend to get caught up in all these complex, maybe this, maybe that, I want to do this, what happens if I do that? All this strangeness. So if you learn to look at the board calmly and see the basic issues. Okay, so let me bring up the second game. Any latecomers, I'll mention that this was the example of how to play simply, which is good at least up to 3 down. Past that, you have to start getting fancy. So I'm going to load a game from the Congress, and we'll see some higher level strategies. Okay, see you there.